What's up? Me again. I'm so glad my hair is finally looking like a hair again. No, I did not think about this subject myself. I stole from a Brazilian YouTuber, but he probably stole some other YouTuber who stole from some other place, because that's how life works. Today we're going to see the origins of common expressions like bite the bullet or crocodile tears. You know, those things have origins, alright? It all comes from somewhere, and that's what I'm saying today. That's what I'm telling you today, because that's what I'm about, you know, knowledge. I'm a proud Ravenclaw. With no further ado, let's get started. Bite the bullet. No, when you have to accept something that you're not in control of, like climate change is real, just bite the bullet. Bolsonaro is still president of Brazil, you have to bite the bullet. And that's a fucking bitter bullet to bite. Where does this come from? In the old days, when doctors were short on anesthesia or some other things to avoid pain, usually during the battle, they took a bullet, you know, like a pistol bullet, and put the patient to bite it, so distract from the pain. Break the ice. It's from back in the days when transportation wasn't a big deal, wasn't a big thing, and really undeveloped. And the only way would be by ships. Sometimes those ships will get stuck in rivers because of ice formation. So the receiving country, you know, they were receiving the ship, it's or cloud looks like. Then that country would send ships to break the ice so the other ship could come with merchandise and people to live in, etc. This move was a sign of affiliation and understanding between countries. And somebody decided to use between people. And we use it until nowadays. Only if my English is really like old-fashioned and you don't use it anymore. But I'm guessing it does. They use on the sitcoms I watch, so I'm counting that as a win. See, this one I did not know. Butter someone up. It means impress someone with flattery. You know, you keep it. It means kissing ass, which by the way I did not search kissing ass, but it could be in the part 2. There maybe will be a part 2 if you want to, leave it in the comments. And the origin of that is actually a religious tradition from India. The devout will throw butter at the feet of the statue of their gods to seek for forgiveness and blessing, which I don't fully understand. No, I understand, you know, sacrifices and giving something to a deity to get a favor in return. What I don't get is the butter. Why is the butter? It's because it was difficult to make at the time, so it's like more effort. I don't really know. And this one, mad as a hatter. What? You think you know? It's from Alice from Wonderland? You're wrong, and I was too until I made this research. You know, it means to be completely crazy, but it does not come from Mad Hatter, so Johnny Depp, get out of my screen. The actual origins between the 17th and 18th century, way before the book of Alice in Wonderland. In the 17th century in France, keep up with me, hatters use mercury, lead, and a bunch of other chemical poison and stuff to make hats. This poisoning usually causes tremors and shyness, irritability, and a bunch of, you know, shivers that make the person look crazy. So it was called the Mad Hatter disease. It has nothing to do with the Mad Hatter. What? Cat got your tongue? Where does this cat got your thumb thing actually came from? Now there are two possible origins. One is when the old English Navy used a whip called cat of nine tails for flogging. And the pain was so severe that made the person go quiet for a very long time. Another possible source is from Egypt. As you know, they revered cats. They had the goddess Bastet, who was the picture of a cat, and I only know that because I read the Crane Chronicles from Rick Riordan. Well, liars and blasphemers, I don't know how to pronounce that, when their tongues were cut out and fed to the cats as a punishment. Either way, it's not a good origin story. turn a blind eye. It's like to ignore situations, facts, and reality. You know, like some president that some of us have and some of you used to have. Now that's also from the British. The British naval hero, I have to read his name, Admiral Horatio Nelson. Admiral. These parents were really creative. He actually had one blind eye. And once when the British Army or Navy, British forces in general, signed for him to stop attacking Danish ships, he held a telescope into his blind eye and said,
"I don't see the signal,"
and kept attacking and ended up winning. Son of a bitch! You know, I once thought, hey, that could have been not on purpose, you know, but if he was blind, he knew which eye he could not see, so hey, I didn't see the side. Of course I didn't see the side. You don't see anything. Anybody's Danish out there. How does that make you feel? Bury the hatchet, which is another expression which I did not know about, which means to stop a conflict or make peace. And this were way back in North America when the Puritans were in conflict with Native Americans, and it never ended. When they were negotiating peace, the Native Americans would bury their hatchets and other weapons so they would not attack. I didn't fully get if they were like their weapons or the other people's weapons, but I think it was their weapons, because bury the Puritans' weapons would only make everything just worse. It wouldn't be a negotiation of peace, which never was. Caught red-handed, just get caught doing something bad or something they were not supposed to be doing. This is from Old England. There was a law that would punish anybody who would butcher an animal that were not theirs. And the only way that the person would convince the other one butchered an animal is if there were blood on their hands. Now I don't know how they settled this. If they were caught with blood on their hands, who guarantees it wasn't theirs? Who guarantees it was the other person's? Who guarantees it wasn't an actual person? There wasn't ways to know at the time, but that's how it worked, I guess. Now this one, I'm very intrigued by this one. Don't throw the baby out with the shower water? What the actual fuck? Which means don't get rid of valuable things along with non-valuable things. But in the early 1500s, you know, 16th century, or maybe still, I told you I'm bad at history. People bathe once a year. Not only that, they also bathe in the same water. You know, like everybody bathe in the same water. I'm Brazilian. I take at least one shower a day. I'm so fucking disgusted. And more. The adult males will shower first, and then the females, and then the children. And by then the water was so dark, so ewy. The mother should be careful to not throw the baby with the water, because she wasn't able to see in the filth. You know, I mean, it's sexism. Even in the fucking shower, for real, in the fucking shower, for real. I know I've said that before, but it's too much for me to take. Give a cold shoulder. I don't know why I did this. I was trying to illustrate it. I guess it didn't work. It just made me look stupid, but I always do that, so nothing new here. Which means like being unwelcome to someone, to leave the aisle, don't talk to them, just let them be outside. And that's kind of hurtful now that I think about it, but some people actually deserve it. Now in medieval England, there was a costume that when the hosts would get tired of somebody's present at dinner, they would serve a cold piece of meat. It was usually from the shoulder of pork, mutton, or other poor animals. And it was just a way to communicate.
Leave my fucking house.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that nowadays, you know, so that those people who just won't leave. You wanna sleep? You wanna do your thing? You wanna stay with the person you're with, and the people just won't leave. But maybe give them like, I don't know, cold carrots or cold beans, something like that. And the last one, the crocodile tears, which are insincere sorrow for something. It actually comes from literature. I pronounced that word right. I'm never able to pronounce that word. Anyway, the book. The Travels of Sir John Mandeville. I think it's Mandeville. Which counts adventures of a night in Asia. It said that the crocodiles shed tears for eating the man they captured. You know, they eating the man they captured. Why the fuck are they crying? You know, even though that's not what happens, you know, it's impossible, I think, biologically for crocodiles to actually shed tears. The phrase crocodile tears found its way to Shakespeare and became a thing. You know, oh my god, I thought it was a book. And became a saying that somebody's insincere. So, what did you think about the origins? You know, I have a lot more, and maybe there will be a part 2. Do you want a part 2? Tell me if you want a part 2. I'll make everything, well, almost everything, okay? I'm still my own person, I'm still the queen of the channel, and the space in myself is about to run off. So here, other videos, leave like, subscribe, share with someone, and see you next time. Bye.